Carlson. Bringing into the match Carlson at 7, Presnell at 3. We have a ton of things on the board. It is Tarmogoyf at 3-4. We have Scavenging Ooze at 4-4 for Carlson. For Presnell, he's got his own Ooze, Anafenza, Wall of Roots, Eternal Witness, Burnt and Forge Tender. That one matters because Josh Carlson is going for a Kolaghan's Command.
Yeah, Presnell's at 3 here, so the Forge Tender could block a Lightning Bolt and, of course, can prevent the damage from this red spell being cast right now.
See, the modes wants to choose. Right, so you mean without that, Joshua might just go upstairs. So yeah, 2U, now we're 1 closer. Jund is really good at having 1 large creature and being efficient, but eventually Abzan will overpower it.
Kolaghan's Command can come down in the early game and interact with a lot of the things that Presnell controls. Anafenza and Scavenging Ooze have found some +1/+1 counters, it looks like, though.
Yeah, Gavany Township has started for Presnell. You see that at the bottom of that land stack. So the modes are 2 damage to Eternal Witness, Presnell discards a card.
Yeah, that's the only creature that he can kill with this burn spell, so I like that.
Oh my, is Presnell's last card Chord of Calling? It is. He's going to Chord of... This is bad news for Carlson. He's going to Chord of Calling for X = 1. You can both tap and put a counter on Wall of Roots.
Right.
So he doesn't have the full combo. He has Anafenza. Oh, this is just great. Wait, he can get any creature and bolster. He has to bolster onto Burnt and Forge Tender. I was going to say he could save his Witness.
Right. Only way to do that would be to sacrifice the Forge Tender, but that seems to have better value than the Eternal Witness. He's on 3. He can't just leave himself dead to Lightning
Bolt. It makes
Bolt.
sense that he does this. He doesn't want to discard a card anyway, so.
Yeah. Casting it is better than discarding it.
Of course. Birds of Paradise looks like what he might be choosing.
Yeah, it could be a Birds or a Noble Hierarch. I like the Birds. You know, it's a flyer. He's been activating Gavany Township. He'll be able to bolster it with the Anafenza. So Bird seems like a solid find here. I like it more than the Hierarch. There's an argument for Viscera Seer, too. You know, he's approaching going for a combo, but he looks to have this wrapped up just through combat damage.
So Birds of Paradise will enter the battlefield. It will bolster onto itself. Now the Kolaghan's Command still resolves, so the Eternal Witness will die. Joseph will discard cards from his empty hand. Well, that part's easy. All right, that's going to work. Witness it down. Joshua will exile it with Scavenging Ooze. He has to do this while Presnell's tapped out, right?
Right.
Presnell also has Scavenging Ooze. Carlson up to 8. And he will draw. Forest was the draw. Not much he can do with that. But he does still have this Gavany Township. That seems great.
Yeah, Carlson's down to 8.
There are some, it looks like there's a lot of creatures left in the graveyards. So while Joshua's out of mana, Joseph might eat them all to his own Scavenging Ooze. It looks like a Finks out of Carlton's graveyard. There's at least 2 creatures in Presnell's. Hungry Ooze over here.
He can use that green mana to just shrink Carlson's Tarmogoyf as well.
Oh, Scavenging Ooze is excellent against Tarmogoyf, you're right.
Yeah.
Up to 5 for Presnell. Ooze will keep getting bigger.
The Ooze only grows off of creatures, but it can remove cards of any card type.
Eternal Witness is gone. Ooze goes up to a 7/7. And it looks like a Linvala in Joseph's yard. This is a bad, we're in a real dire spot for Carlson, aren't we? This is, you see now Presnell has stopped eating creatures. He wants to leave up enough mana for the Gavany Township.
Yeah, the Scavenging Ooze itself is a 7/7, and there's other large bodies hanging around here. There's the 4/4 Anafenza and the 1/2 Birds of Paradise.
I'm interested to see whether or not Presnell goes for an attack here. If he really wants to just make it safe, he could wait a couple more turns, I suppose.
Yeah, as it stands, the Scavenging Ooze can get double blocked by Tarmogoyf's Scavenging Ooze.
This is a great play here. He uses Wall of Roots to exile the Linvala because now he can use it again on Carlson's turn to activate Township. So now that was the last creature out of the graveyard, shrinks the Tarmogoyf down to a 2/3 for Joshua Carlson. Here's an attack with the 7/7 Ooze. 5/5 and yeah, a 5/5 and a 2/3 in play for Carlson. If he blocks, Presnell will activate Township and kill both of Carlson's creatures.
Right, at that point,
Right.
he has enough to activate it.
So he'll chump block with the Tarmogoyf. And now that the chump block has happened, Presnell will continue to go to work on the graveyards.
At this stage,
Exiling that Tarmogoyf.
he doesn't even need to activate the Township. The Scavenging Ooze is a lethal attacker.
Yeah, Carlson looking for some Moxie in the last one, but the problem is that there was too much life gained. And there you have it. It is a concession. Game 3 and match go to Joseph, Presnell, and Obzon Company.
Yes, so we'll be seeing another Obzon Company here against Andrew Main in just a minute.